Peter Obi.
Everybody for you. But you should show hello. What's the cool way hello? Hello. You gotta go hello. That's how they go hello. That's how they go hello. As you can see. Yeah, yeah. Send them on, send them on. 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 Ready, ready, for the mark of my team, like something. What that does, show for the body. For the mark of my team, like something. What that does, show for the body. So many people have seen that for me. Well, I'm going to go to me, Johnny. And so many people have seen that for me. Well, I'm going to go to my yard. Sandy show, baby. Mr. Show. Mr. Show, yeah, yeah. Engineer, what's he done? I got this show. Show, Baba. Hello, I give everybody for you. But you should show hello. What's the cool way hello? Hello, you gotta go hello. That's how they go hello. That's how they go hello. As you can see. Yeah, yeah. Send them on, send them on. 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 Ready, ready, for the mark of my team, like something. What that does, show for the body. For the mark of my team, like something. What that does, show for the body. So many people have seen that for me. Well, I'm going to go to me, Johnny. And so many people have seen that for me. Well, I'm going to go to my yard. Sandy show, baby. Mr. Show. Mr. Show, yeah, yeah. Engineer, what's he done? I got this show. Show, Baba.
For China offers great opportunities for Africa to develop, but I think Africa has not built that relationship in a manner that will lead to development. We have spent our time borrowing money, giving contracts to Chinese companies to build roads and build trains, and building the Chinese economy, importing cheap finished goods from China and deindustrializing Africa. We can have a win-win situation where we produce the goods in Africa and sell in Africa, use our own raw materials, use our own labor. Some African countries have gotten it right. Meles did this with leather in Ethiopia, stopped exporting leather to China. Now the Chinese have a huge leather industrial park outside Addis Ababa, producing shoes and bags and selling to the best brands in Europe. If you did that in Kano, you don't even need to export to Europe. 200 million Nigerians, if you just produce shoes for school children, that's more than enough, in terms of a market.
To be honest with you, why should African leaders care? Why should Trump care about Africa? He shouldn't care about Africa to the same extent that the African leaders really shouldn't care about the relationship either. If the relationship can be worked out, that's wonderful. But if President Trump is saying, I have a mandate from my own people to take care of my people, and I'm doing what I need to do to take care of my people, African leaders need to take that same position. You see, it takes two to tango. If President Trump does not want a relationship with Africa, Africans shouldn't be begging for it. Are you with me? But let me underscore this. The average African leader and majority of leaders of developing world, I can tell you, they are celebrating the exit of USAID, and we hope that there will be exits of many other NGOs that are carrying out nefarious activities in Africa and anywhere else in the developing world in order to further the agendas of their governments, which is to continuously destabilize, divide, and conquer.
Listen, North is the political hub of Nigeria. North is the political decider of Nigeria. And then if you listen most recently, all the speakers have agreed. Even the Southerners and the Easterners and the Southwesterners agree that North is the political backbone of Nigeria. And it's only the North that decide who becomes Nigeria's president because we have the bulk vote. And from the way things are going right now, the North is not going to play regional politics, so to say. We are looking at playing a national politics where, because not alone, if we stand on our own, standalone, we cannot produce a president. We have had these kind of situations in the past where we have a former President Muhammadu Buhari that has contested political office 2-3 times, and he has the 100% support of the North, yet he was unable to become Nigeria's president because only the North was voting for him and only the North stand for him politically. But this time around, for that reason, until when the other part of Nigeria decided to come together and join hands with the North, that Muhammadu Buhari was able to become the president. That simply means that yes, we have the number, we have the voters, but we alone cannot produce a president. That is to say, we need to work along with other regions of Nigeria to be able to produce a president. That will make us nationalists. That will make us nationalistic in deciding who becomes Nigeria's president. And in any case, shifting from regional issues to national issues, President Muhammadu Buhari have already spent 8 years as president with the support of other regions of Nigeria. Now we are having another president taking on the seat of power for 2 years. We are looking at what the next 2 years will look like.
Hey Tracy, morning, greetings to you. Welcome Solomon. Yeah, they're talking about it. So it's some guy at on News Central. His name is Dr. Awal Abdullahi, saying that the North is Nigeria's political hub. You know, everybody has their own opinion on the matter. So yes, are you guys aware that they had Northerners? I think it's the Northern, what's it called? The Northern, it's on my title on this YouTube channel. They met and they were having discussions, right? So I'm going to be playing those videos shortly. I saw them and I lined them up and I'm going to be playing them
Yeah, so that's what they're talking about. So in that meeting, I think they're meeting to discuss coalition and all of that. But of course, the full video is not out yet, so it's just people who recorded while they were there. I'm gonna be playing, but we're gonna listen to a couple of more videos before I get to that. Welcome everyone. Please double tap on the screen as you come in to like, share the video, so that people know that we're here. Thank you very much.
And unfortunately, Steve, it's my pleasure to be here. And let me say that one of the greatest problems the leaders have is when you're ensconced, surrounded, and permit my choice of words, when you allow jesters and jokers to marinate you, to remove you from reality. Our president knows that gravitation to and towards a one-party state is against the intendments and the tenets of democracy. A true one-party state is absolutely the opposite of true democracy. And then when you allow political tendencies gravitate towards a one-party state, what you're having is dictatorship, despotism, and authoritarianism. And unfortunately, when they tell him that it means nothing, that it's okay to sweep them clean, it obviously means that those who are jesters around the president want to have an authoritarian rule over our country. But that has never happened. That can never happen. That will never happen, because Nigerians are naturally opposed to any one tendency conquering us. Our historicity is replete with instances of such. But let me say clearly here that, your question was bold and daring. I was part of the formation of the APC. I headed the presidential, one of the arms of the presidential campaign of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you know my historicity in the APC very well. But let me be frank in answering some of the questions you threw at me. First, and when Buhari won the last election, and less than 2 years into that administration, the former Minister of Information told us that change begins with you. Whereas the campaign mantra in 2015 was change. I challenged it, and I said that wasn't what we told Nigerians. We told Nigerians that we're going to be the change. Leadership starts from the top. Mitt Romney, the former American presidential candidate, said that leadership must and should show the way. So when it became obvious that the APC was reneging on its commitment and promises to the Nigerian people, I became one of the fiercest critics of the party. And just before the 2023 elections, in 2022, I resigned from the party. I am not anxious to return to the party. I can only consider those issues when it's obvious that leadership thinks about the masses of our people rather than egocentric interests. There's so much sycophancy about what is happening. And I think that if there's any tendency that is jittery in today's Nigeria, it's the APC. Let me tell you, I'll give you 3 reasons why it's manifestly obvious that the APC is jittery, not necessarily the opposition. All they have done is to try to disorganize, defeat, disorient, and mess up the opposition. But in doing that, they actually have been the one who has been majorly jittery. It is less than 2 full years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidency. And what you see is more of politics than governance. What you see is more of propaganda than leadership. And what you see, less than 2 years of his administration, is that the party is anxious to endorse a presidency that is largely uncharismatic. And I wonder why. The party is anxious to tell us that there's no vacancy, and they have foreclosed any tendency within the PDP, within the APC, asking for the presidential ticket. And you ask yourself why. It's about sycophancy. It's about unwillingness to allow for public debate and thought. It is about their unwillingness to allow for proactive opposition. Look at what is happening in the Labour Party, the PDP, and simply, Steve, it's about Clearly, the witch cried last night and the child dies this morning. And the president didn't hide it in his statement. He said, go sweep them clean. So he has admitted that whatever is happening in Labour Party and the PDP are chiefly the machination of the APC. But I want to say here that what should bother this presidency is it should be the well-being of the masses of our people. It shouldn't be about me, myself, and I. Those who are decamping and defecting to the APC are simply feathering their own nest, and that's what it is. Let them stop whining and gaslighting the Nigerian people. And I say this advisedly. In my home state of Delta, the governor, the former governor, and several of the political leaders decamped or defected to the APC. And their reason was simply that they want to attract federal presence. And you ask yourself, Steve, how much federal presence has Bulum or Zulum of Borno State attracted? You ask yourself what is happening in Benue State that is under the APC control. You ask yourself how much Wida Lagos that is under the APC control. And then when you understand that across our nation, 21 states governed, now 22 by the PDP, how well have they delivered on the promises of democracy? And when you understand the fact that insecurity has been democratized, Nigeria is unsafe and precisely unsafer than it was under Muhammad Buhari. When you understand the fact that the colossal failure that Muhammad Buhari represented has been beatified by the Olympic failure that the present watch represents, then you worry and ask yourself, why are people defecting to the APC? And then when you also understand, Steve, that constitutionally, you cannot, as a lawmaker, take the mandate of a party to another party without resigning from the party and resigning your position. Because under our law, the mandate belongs to the political party. The Constitution was silent and the Electoral Act about the right of a state governor. But what about the lawmakers? And then some will tell you that the PDP and some of the parties are factionalized. If you read the intentions of the Constitution and the Electoral Act, there is no factionalization in PDP such that people can leave the PDP to other parties. For instance, they have one chairman. The contentions are about the secretary of the party. And the party has come clear and clean about that position. So on what ground is the APC welcoming lawmakers who are defecting from the PDP? The APC has refused to uphold the Constitution. And those who denude, deceive, and work perfidy have refused to accept the fact that under our law, some of these defections to the APC are absolutely illegal and unconstitutional. And the president who swore to an oath to protect the Constitution should be the lead defender of the Constitution. And he should say to these people who are defecting, go first, resign your position, and then come join the APC. But it doesn't matter, because what we're gradually drifting to is authoritarianism. What we're gradually drifting to is despotism. And when the chairman of a party, Ganduje, said to Nigerians that they don't mind if we drift to a one-party state, and the president just a few days ago confirmed that it doesn't matter to him. He's ready to sweep the parties clean. Then you and I should be worried. But let me say, Steve, so that I allow the next question, that what is very important as we go is the fact that the political class has unwittingly created a deep divide, a deep chasm, a deep chaos on our political amphitheater, such that it is now simply a battle between the people and the political class, such that the Nigerian people will understand that it is simply all man to himself, such that the Nigerian people will understand that for the political class, it's simply about me, myself, and I. And so as we progress, Steve, it is better not to agonize, but to organize, to show to the people in power that true power belongs to the people. And I want to say clearly, Steve, that I'm happy and excited that this is happening because ultimately, the masses of our people, the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will soon show to the political class that the power of the people is stronger than that of the people in power.
All right. That was Professor Chris Wako. I'm sure you guys remember him. He was a very strong supporter of the law. He still is, anyways, moving along. A lot of people, a lot of Obians came at him very strongly when he decided to support Pastor Godalo. That's when he got real, people pushed the mic on more. Obians don't know what they're doing. Some people are going to be, some people are going to respond. You can't hear me. Can you guys hear me now? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Muffled? I don't have any headset off. On. Are you serious? The network is jittery. Can you guys hear me? Oh, this is wild. Okay, is it better now? Because I don't have any headset. I don't have anything, that's standing in my way. Let me know if it's clear now. Can you guys hear me clearly now? Not clearly. Ha! Yay! What the hell? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. This is wild. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is it better now? These are bad idiots. They use their juju. Can you guys hear me now? Please confirm. Yeah? Seriously? This is wild though. Okay, let me try and do that. Can you hear me now? Now, Uncle. Can you hear me now? Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. Still not better? Okay, I might have to close out and come back in. This is what that means. Because I don't know what else to do. Okay, let me close out. I'm going to come back in, guys. I'm going to start all over. Oh my